What's good with the people, man? It's your partner, man. Who? It's your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? How is y'all doing on this Familiar Face Friday? You say Familiar Face Friday? What are you talking about, baby? Because we gonna get into it. But before we do that, what's good? People like hee, ha ha. You know what I'm talking about, baby? Ken in the pen. You know what I'm talking about? Happy birthday to my man Ken in the pen. Today is birthday 44, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Ken in the pen. You know what I'm talking about? All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't, man. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on the top of that thing, man. Keep that head up, you know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Did I say Ken in the pen, man? I don't know, but if I didn't, go get that stick up in stores now, man. You can go and get some off of 76, man, called the Giants Lake is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? 82nd Hillside. You know what I'm talking about? I say somebody put them in their stores in the hundreds. Thank you, young man. Now you know, cause I tell you every morning. You know what I'm talking about? You can come get them things from me. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, you can come get them things from me. Yes, you can. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? You can come get them things from me. You know what I'm talking about? Also in stores. Funka died trying, you know what I'm talking about? But if all else fails, and I mean if all else fails, man, you can go grab you one of them things off of Amazon. Make sure you copy your hardback. What's that? Swing that finger, young man. You know what I'm talking about? Come on with it, bruh. Worldwide INC, man. You know what I'm talking about? Come on with it, bruh. Worldwide Incorporated. Come on with it, bruh. Worldwide. You know what I'm talking about? They gonna say, bruh, what does that mean? I'm gonna continuously tell you it means everybody. Hey! You know what I'm talking about? Everybody included, man. You know what I'm talking about? And Dugu, Mike, Cutthroat, Lil Rue, not Lil Rue, Lil Rue, you know what I'm talking about? Tata the player, that's who comes next, man. Same thing, bruh. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing, man. Keep that head up, you know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Now let's get through these disclaimers. But before we do that, my mama says, and my mama always says, you know what I'm talking about, boy, brush them whiskers when you on TV. Even if they got a hole in them. Y'all see how my hole getting back? Wow. Can't even tell I got a hole no more. He don't talk about that. Now, good brother like myself, man, I don't promote no drug users. No. He don't talk about good brother like me. I don't promote no drug sellers. No. He don't talk about good brother like myself. You know, talking about I don't promote no alcohol consumption. No. He don't talk about good brother like myself. Don't take a sip of the sippage. No. You know, don't want good brother like myself. I don't promote no crime. No. Good brother like myself. I don't promote no violence. No. Good brother like myself. I don't promote no domestic violence. No. You know what I'm talking about? Keep your hands off the people. You know what I'm talking about? He don't talk about don't. He don't talk about promote. He don't talk about no negativity. No, nah, man. I don't promote shit. They was talking to me. I don't promote shit. All I promote is y'all go ahead and do what you're gonna do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen, because we just don't know how much of it we got, young ladies and gentlemen. But he could be like myself. I ain't prejudiced. No. He don't tell me I could be like myself. I ain't got nothing against the sexually different. No. He don't tell me I could be like myself. You know, I ain't got nothing against the little people. No. He don't talking about me, man. I ain't got nothing against nobody. He don't talking about. They was talking to me, man. I just love me some everybody. He know what I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, I'm on a quest. He know what I'm talking about. Bring that peace. He know what I'm talking about. That joy. He know what I'm talking about. That love. You know what I'm talking about. That love. Back to YouTube community, man. You with me? Come on over here and fuck with your partner, man. Hey, check it out. Come fuck with a nigga one time. He know what I'm talking about. Man, what's good with the people? How y'all doing out there, man? How y'all doing on this what I said it was Familiar Face Friday. He said, what you talking about, bro? Oh, man, we gonna get into it. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah, we finna get into it. Shout out to everybody who ain't got no wings but still flew to the dope spot. Wee! I see you. Fuck it, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? How are y'all doing out there? Y'all all right, man? Hold on, y'all. Let me go grab. You know what I'm talking about? Now, Familiar Face Friday, man. This is gonna go something like this, y'all. You feel me? It's gonna go something like this. Once again, in this world we living in, you know what I'm talking about? Man, like I said, we be all over the place. You know what I'm talking about? Now, Familiar Face, because You just gotta understand this, y'all. In life, don't nobody give a fuck about you. And it's not their right to give a fuck about you. That's why I say, man, you be lucky if you got somebody to give a fuck about you. And as people, once again, we be fucking that all because the people who give a fuck about us, we really take that for granted. But for the most part, man, don't nobody give a fuck about you. And you can't fault people for that. Because one thing also that we, once again, that we got bad for doing is, see, we come up here and read that Bible all day, back and forth. We know everything in and out that Bible, right? But we don't actually be living accordingly to that shit. We just be reciting shit. We don't be living by that shit ourselves. You get what I'm saying? So, well, we like I said, we give people the wrong labels. You get what I'm saying? So we've been got mad at somebody just because they didn't do something for us or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And here we come with the slander and all that shit. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you just can't get mad at nobody, folks. Is what I'm trying to say. I guess that's the moral to that right there. Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Hey, what you say, bro? Old lady. Hey, you know what I'm talking about, man? But you can't get mad at somebody else. You know what I'm talking about? You can't, and we do that too much. The moment we get mad at somebody, we want to put a label on them, oh, they fake and all that. No, you can't, bro. So just know in this world, bro, don't nobody give a fuck about you. And you can't get mad that somebody don't give a fuck about you. Because for some reason, and I don't know why, you know what I'm talking about, why, you know what I'm talking about? But for some reason, folks, we like to come to this motherfucking world and it's everybody else. It's never us. No matter what we end up in, no matter what kind of situation we end up in, no matter what, it ain't never us. So as people, we walk around this motherfucker actually like with a blinder on to our own actions. You get what I'm saying? And I guess that's how you wiggle up out of accountability in now. But if you just ask the average person, you get what I'm saying? It's always gonna be somebody else. Like you ended up in a situation, but somehow it's somebody else's fault. And as people, we don't never go over us. You get what I'm saying? We go over every other possibility except us. Just like I said, we don't like to be wrong. Right there. We don't like to be wrong. But on this Familiar Face Friday, what I was finna tell you, you know, you always got a familiar face in God, folks. On some real shit. You always, because as people, I continuously tell y'all this, we put too much stock into people. You get what I'm saying? But you always gonna have a familiar face in God. Y'all know I ain't the most religious motherfucker and all that. I just have a good belief in the faith in God, folks. You get what I'm saying? And that's where I get my my belief and my faith in me from. Because I do believe in God. You get what I'm saying? And I know God gonna make a motherfucking way, folks. He just is. You wouldn't believe some of this shit I've seen, folks. That's how I know you got a familiar face. But here go the tricky part about that, man. You feel me? Because, y'all, hold on, let me get this. And this is where that shit get tricky. You get what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but some people, you get what I'm saying, don't have faith. You got that selective faith. You get what I'm saying? And I can't tell you what faith to have, but I can just tell you, you be having that selective faith. So, like, you be having that selective belief in God. So, like, I'm saying, like, I don't want to say you don't pay, because I don't pay tithes. I'm never going to pay tithes. You know what I'm talking about? I pay tithes a different way. I swear I do. I do. But, like, you got some people that just call on God or something when they call on a familiar face just when they going through shit. But when everything just good, you won't even just say, God, thank you for waking me up. You know what I mean? You just won't just blurt out, God, thank you. You know what I'm talking about? Thank you for everything you want. It's like you only contact God when you're going through something and you need him at that moment. I told y'all we be using God as our personal everything. Therapist, security detail, we just be using God for everything. You get what I'm saying? But God is a familiar face, man, as long as you're going to be living. And I don't know what you believe. I'm just telling you this shit from my eyes, folks. Because on some real shit, if you really got faith, God will reward you, folks. He will. If you just got faith, nigga, like, when I mean faith, nigga, I'm talking about back up against the wall faith, nigga. Like, you don't even know what the fuck finna happen, nigga, but you just know it's something finna happen. God will reward your faith, folks. On my mama. That's why, like, I told you my channel was just the moral, bro. Keep pushing. Don't never let nothing get you down, even though that shit easy to say. And a motherfucker be sitting there finna blow your motherfucking mind up stressing, finna stress yourself into a stroke or something, bro. And I can sit here and tell you it don't do no good to worry, but it don't, bro, because while you worrying about the problem, you can't think of a way to fix that motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? It's like you just getting further into the problem. But just don't, like, on this Familiar Face Friday, nigga, take your chance, folks. I don't know. You might be dead broke, nigga, with $3 or some shit. Nigga, go, nigga, buy a lottery ticket or something, nigga. Think of what you could do with that $3 right there, nigga, that could bring you 8. You know what I'm talking about, nigga? Climb the ladder from there. I don't know, folks. You just gotta have faith, nigga. Go buy a lottery ticket. Put that motherfucker in the slot machine or something, man. Anything can happen, folks. You just can't never give up, bro. You can't. You can't never give up, folks. Even when it looks the grimmest. Like it just looked like I was watching this gonna segue a little bit, but I always, since I seen this documentary, the words this lady said always stuck out to me. I was watching, I don't know if y'all seen it, but it's a good ass documentary on Andre Ward, the boxer about that North Oakland. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, bro, from Oakland, undefeated. You feel me? Retired, undefeated. But it was his documentary, SOG, and they was talking to his wife and shit. And bro was talking about how I used to sell dope just because you box and shit. Like, motherfuckers think just because you do something, like, you just might be on. And that don't necessarily be the truth all the time. That should be a struggle, folks. Life just a struggle, you feel me? So when they was going through their little thing, trying to get on, that man's wife said, man, it used to be days where it just seemed like there was no hope. Like, you question yourself, folks. Like, there's just no hope. It was just days where it looked like it just ain't gonna get better, bruh. And then them days you still gotta have faith, folks, and walk through, bruh. You feel me? Cause like on some real shit, like fucked up shit, folks, you only feel that shit, like that shit gonna pass, folks. That shit gonna pass, and you gonna move on to big and better, and you gonna forget about that bad shit. But this is to the people out there, man, that might be stressing or something, and it just look like, and it just look like, man, is it like, where do I go from here, man? Just have faith, nigga, and you gonna get there. And on this Familiar Face Friday, that's people, this is what we don't understand. You'll never be able to get away. Now, you can fuck it off. Now, you definitely can fuck it off, but you'll never be able to get away from what God got for you, because you got that coming. On the real, you got that coming. Now, you can fuck it off, but you'll never be able to get away with what God got for you, good or bad, man. You ain't gonna never be able to get away from it. You got that coming. Now, he could give you something, you can fuck it off, or he can just fuck you off from the jump, and that's what you had coming. That's why I be saying a lot of times, like, we be, I segue a little bit, but on this Familiar Face Friday, we be sitting there and, like, bad shit'll be happening, and we'll put that shit on the devil, man. Like, how you know it ain't God? How you know it ain't God trying to teach your ass a lesson? And that's just the thing about life, man. You got to get the lesson out of the shit you go through, because if you don't, you just went through that shit for nothing. You got to get the lesson out of it, folks. You do. You got to find a lesson, whatever the fuck you going through, good, bad. You got to find a lesson inside that shit. Because if you don't, you're going through that shit for nothing. And you just setting yourself up for a long life of going through shit like that. You got to get the lesson up out of shit, folks. And I mean the real lesson. Not the narrative you want to put on this shit to feel right. I'm talking about what really happened. Because as people on this Familiar Face Friday, we just don't like examining ourselves no more. We don't never like to say the part that we played and shit. And that's how we getting fucked up. We coming into a world where it's nobody's fault. It's like talking to old women. Like you talk to your mom or your grandma. Like either y'all both right or you wrong. There's no in between. Either y'all both right or you wrong. You feel me? It's like that. But on this Familiar Face Friday, that's always gonna be the familiar face, folks. God, because, like I said, bro, like it might be hard for you to accept it sometime in your life, but people really don't give a fuck about you, and people really don't give a fuck about you when it comes down to you and them. You know what I'm talking about? People always, most of the time, gonna side with themselves. It's gonna take a special person to side with you. You get what I'm saying? And you just gotta get this about people. You get what I'm saying? That's why that familiar face is God, folks. Because it ain't no telling that, like it say in the Bible, folks, you can't put your trust in man, in people, folks. You just can't. You put your trust in people, you're going to be a disappointed motherfucker, folks. You just is. That's why that familiar face always God. Don't look the man. Don't look the man, man. But at the same time, folks, remember this, man. If you really got faith, God will reward you. But you got to have faith, bruh. You just gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. You gotta know you're gonna make a way when you don't even know how you're gonna make a way, nigga. You just do, nigga. You just know you're gonna make a way. Because you make ways. Real shit, y'all. So don't be sitting around here, man. I can't tell you what to do. I tell you, I'll be contradicting myself a lot. Y'all ain't even gotta tell me. You feel me? But you get what I'm saying. You feel me? Because I'm always talking about, I'm finna tell you this when I'm talking about, I ain't trying to tell you nothing, all that shit. You feel me? But I'm not trying to tell you nothing. Just the words nigga used to use them, folks. So you gotta get the real meaning of the baby cuz, you know what I'm talking about? Because the baby cuz one of the motherfuckers with real meaning. You know what I'm talking about? They'll never be able to take that shit away from you. They won't. That's just why it's good to know shit. You know what I'm talking about? And I ain't talking about other people's business. That's why it's just good to know shit for yourself, nigga. The more shit you know, I said wait hell long, but the more shit you know, the further you probably could spread your wings on this thing we call Earth. You get what I'm saying? But on this Familiar Face Friday, and I'm finna get up out of here, man, like, God gotta be that familiar face, folks. You gotta have your own relationship with God. You gotta stop, you ain't gotta stop. You can listen to people, churches, pastors, you can listen to all of them, but it's something like pastor can't, see, you gotta have a relationship with God, folks. I wouldn't even give a fuck if you was married. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can still pray, but you and your spouse would have to have, everybody has to have their own relationship with God, folks. You just do. You feel me? It ain't like your relationship, like pastor gonna mediate your relationship, that like pastor can come tell you with God. Like, I can't, man, listen, bro. If you ever want to irritate baby cuz, come around me telling me what God told you to come tell me. You know what I'm talking about? That one right there, man. I'm telling you, that's gonna cause instant frustration. Don't do it, please. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta have your own relationship with God, though, folks. You just do. And you just, whatever you believe in, bro, God, you just gotta have your own relationship with God, bro. And if you really have faith, folks, God will reward you. You know what I'm talking about? That's why you gotta have your own relationship. Like, you can't, like I said, because a lot of us, I used to do that shit. That's why I say a lot of us, you know what I'm talking about? I'm include my used to be self. You get what I'm saying? I used to do that shit every time I go to jail, man. I ain't think about, I used to grind with a Bible in my back pocket. Like, my crazy ass thought that was good luck or something. But every time the police pulled me over, nigga, it like, you get what I'm saying? I guess they thought I read the Bible or something. Nigga, I used to keep a little black. Maybe cuz has some cold game. That softens the police up every time, bro. On my mama. On my mama, bro. I used to keep a little orange Bible in my back pocket. I thought that motherfucker brought me good luck. It did him. But like, anyway, bruh said, well, you know what I'm talking about? Bro, his motherfucker high as a motherfucker, man. The nephew says, old man, old lady. Nephew says, old man, old lady. Hey, what'd you say, bro? Old lady. Say, bro, what's wrong with you? I don't know, man. You know what I'm talking about? Feeling good. But on this Familiar Face Friday, bro, God gotta be the familiar face in your life, folks. Because putting your faith in people is gonna let you down, man. You gotta put faith in your motherfucking self, and you gotta put faith in God, folks, and you gotta push. And I know that shit easier said than done, especially on days when it looks dark. You know what I'm talking about? You don't know what to do, bro. Just know you can do something. And if you get to moving around and shit, you'll be surprised what you can find. Oh, my mama, man. Oh, my mama, man. You just got to keep moving, but you got to have the belief, bruh. But you got to know what you want to do, too, though. You just can't be out here just flying every which way. You got to know what you want to do, bruh. But on some real shit, folks. Familiar face going to be God, man. Because that's the only, like, he going to be there when everybody else gone, bruh. He going to be there when everybody laughing at you. He going to be there when, just do it all, folks. He going to be there. He gonna be there when everybody else in the world quit fucking with you. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be him, so they're like, but that's a good familiar face. You feel me? And if you believe yourself, like, I can't even explain it. I wanna say so much shit I can't even explain. It's gonna sound like I'm baffling. But it's impossible to believe in God if you don't believe you can do it yourself. Because we also act like we could just ask God for something and he gonna do it for us. We got that bad. Like we could just say, God, bring me some money. I told y'all I don't ask for money. You gotta be careful. I told y'all I watched that movie, that bitch asked for $1 million, man. And the next scene, the airplane blew up and that bitch got paid $1 million because from her mama life insurance. But I don't ask for money, man. You gotta be careful what you ask for, folks. I'm telling you, for real, bro. Because God will give you exactly what the fuck you asked for. That's why you really got to put some thought in that shit, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? And be real specific. You know what I'm talking about? Real specific. You know what I'm talking about? You, man, please. But on this Familiar Face Friday, man, like, in order for you to even believe in God, bruh, you got to believe in yourself, folks. You just do. Because God also is not our, like, babysitter. Get what I'm saying? So we can't also continuously fuck up and we just like, cause I've ran into people who got this in their head, folks. Like you can go do anything you want to, fuck up, and you could just pray for God, and God gon' like you put no effort into cleaning up your act or nothing. Nah, man, I ain't talking about that shit right there, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You got to put some effort into your own prayers. You do. It don't even make no sense to pray if you ain't willing to put no effort into your own prayers. It ain't. It ain't. All this shit come with hard work. All this shit come with hard work. For some reason, that's my insurance company. You feel me? But I don't know what time it is. I'll get back with them. You know what I'm talking about? I'll get back with him. I'm puzzled because I just left there. You know what I'm talking about? They got me puzzled. Where the fuck you going? But anyway, on this Familiar Face Friday, and I'm finna get up out of here, man, because apparently I got some business there. After I handled it, looking at us. This guy gonna be there, folks. You know what I'm talking about? When everybody else let you down, folks, you in the corner. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody got your back. God always got your back. That's always gonna be a familiar face, folks. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know what I'm talking about? That's a good person to have faith in along with yourself and the belief that you can do it. And once again, remember this, folks. If I ain't never told you nothing else, and I mean if I ain't never told you nothing, you know what I'm talking about, man? If you really have faith, folks, God will reward that, folks. On my mama. On my mama. If you really got faith, folks. And once again, I ain't talking about I believe I could rob this bank. I ain't talking about none of this shit y'all gonna try to put my words on. No, man. I'm just talking about some real shit. If you just keep on pushing, nigga, and you believe, nigga, God will reward your faith, folks. For real, man. So just keep on pushing, man. You know what I'm talking about? Don't. That's why it's just good to get shit done by yourself and just kind of wiggle, bruh. You get what I'm saying? By yourself. So you don't really need nobody. You feel me? You keep pushing. Don't let nobody else throw your will alignment off, man. Always have something to do yourself, bro. You feel me? Because waiting around on somebody, bro, you'll fuck around and still be waiting. You know what I'm talking about, man? Please. And at the same time, like I said, man, that ain't the people's fault either. You know what I'm talking about? You shouldn't even have to wait on nobody, man. You know what I'm talking about? So don't try not to put yourself in the positions, man. You know what I'm talking about? But I just always believe you can do it, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Just know you can do it, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Just know you can do it, folks. On everything, bro. You can do it, man. Just keep on pushing. You know what I'm talking about? When you keep on that, that's how they can't stop you. You ever want to know how a motherfucker can't stop you? Keep moving. You know what I'm talking about? Keep moving. Don't let nothing get in your way, folks. Don't you set your sight on where the fuck you want to go. Don't let nobody bluff you out talking about, man, it's a dog or a big nigga or man, fuck all that. You know what I'm talking about? Because if you looking at where you want to go, you gonna maneuver around all that shit they talking about. You get what I'm saying? Because you going over there, you ain't tripping off all that shit. You know what I'm talking about? But what do I know? You know what I'm talking about? Only you can prevent forest fires, man. With that one right there, we don't remember nothing else, man. Always remember, it don't cost nothing just to show a little bit of that love.